Shut up.
The riders of this once great sport of ours do a dangerous job. Because of this, insurance is a necessary evil, which is why the SCB statement about rider insurance is, well, puzzling. The statement says, please note for the 2026 season, riders' personal accident insurance is now covered by their federation licence. Example, ACU licence holders insured by the ACU, and not with the ATIS via the BSPL. Now, reading between the lines, the fact that they've had to make this statement, did the BSPL actually fail to inform the riders of this change? In other news, I hope Dan Bewley's nether regions are not too sore after 2 matches undefeated in one day and then being dropped. Only in Speedway.
Ooh.
Is the right answer. Yeah, good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Speedway Tavern, the very first and still the best and the most interactive Speedway podcast out there still.
Says us.
Says us, yes.
Yep. Good job to us to say.
Good job, yeah. We've got a few more things that will have noticed adding. You've got a vote that you can use, and we're keeping our eye on that as it's updated as you do it at the moment. Do you think Speedway will become one league within 5 years? I can't quite see the percentages, but yes is much bigger than no. That's what that's proper mathematical terms there for you. Yes is bigger than no.
And you can find the link to that on our page.
On the Facebook page.
Yep. I have just shared the link as well to this week's fixtures for the British League if anybody's missed it. So.
And there's also a QR code
as well,
hanging about. You can use that to vote as well.
It's a bit different from when you were all sitting in that corner shouting at the microphone, wouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's a bit slick, isn't it?
Yeah, come on a bit of a way since then. Including, we have now more interaction with you guys. Should you want it, we can just send you a link. Just let us know on the shout box, and we will send you a link, and you can actually join in on your computer or on your tablet or on your telephone, your smartphone. God, my life. And according to Chris, on your bongo. So we'd like to see that. So if you've got something that you'd like to add or just want to shout at us, that's okay as well. We'll drop you a link and you can join in. We would love that to happen. Okay, shall we start off with the Bellevue-Leicester matches yesterday?
Why not?
Sort of went the way we thought it would.
I think so. I think Bellevue had done the job really on the afternoon, didn't they, up in Manchester. I think Leicester at times maybe looked like they were pulling away yesterday, but Bellevue's big end strength really just get them through, and so Bellevue into the next round of the competition.
Yeah, I mean, I was just looking at I'm desperately trying to get it up. I was looking at some of the scores yesterday, and from the first leg, I mean, it says it all, doesn't it? Really, when you see the scores of the Bellevue, the Leicester team, they got one rider scoring, I think it was 13 points.
Yeah,
and the next rider had 4. Have I got that right? That's from memory.
Yeah, it was something along those lines, wasn't it? So it was. Tough. It was always. I think Bellevue were always going to be strong, aren't they? I mean, we said this last week, didn't we? People say Bellevue haven't got a home advantage. They have got a home advantage. They've definitely got a home advantage in terms of knowing the setups that they use. So.
Yeah, I've got the scores in front of me now. So Ryan Douglas scored 13 for Leicester at Bellevue, and
always does well there, though.
Yeah,
always does well at Bellevue.
Then the second highest was Nick Morris with 4+1. Carl Howarth 4+1. Sam Masters 4. Dan Thompson 3+3, Drew Kemp and Joe Thompson.
Yeah, I mean, you would have expected. I mean, I think most people expected Bellevue to be comfortable in that one there, but you would have really, looking at some of the riders in the Leicester team, you'd have expected them to have performed a little bit better than that.
Yeah,
they'll be hoping that's just a few early season teething problems that they've got to try and sort out.
They obviously did much better in the second leg and beat Bellevue by 10 points, which possibly, after seeing the results at Bellevue, you might think actually they did quite well there.
Well, again, you look at the Bellevue scores on the second leg.
Exactly.
Dan Bewley 17-1, Peter Gilderman 10, Jonas Jepsen 6, Tom Brennan 3-1, Zach Cook 3, Will Cairns 1, Tate Zisco failed to score. So not totally dissimilar. Bellevue very dependent on one man. One man who a lot of people think doesn't ride Leicester that well, but he rode it well yesterday. So and he's had a good start to the season.
He's had a hell of a start, hasn't he? I mean, unbeaten over the 2 legs, as we mentioned earlier. Wow. It's sort of Bellevue have really flexed their muscles there and shown the rest of the league what they're up against, I think.
I think they've shown that they are serious contenders to win what is ultimately a watered down and short league this season. So
No. Let's keep it positive. Okay, so we was also looking at, we might as well talk about this now. We've got a new feature that we want to start next week. So what we're going to do each week is take a look at a particular track, and we're going to have a look at their online presence and sort of report back how well we think they do, basically, with Facebook, Twitter, whatever they use, their website. If we get the chance as well, we might be able to have a look at local press and stuff like that, because you can very often get that online. So we're going to report back on that, because I think that online presence has become more and more important. A lot of these tracks also do their own streaming, so we'll take a look at that as well. I'll take that on board. And if they do their own streaming, because it's not always BSN, is it? Some of them do their own streaming. We'll have a look at that.
Especially if their van breaks down on the way to the stadium, like it did yesterday.
Is that right?
That's what
okay.
Obviously, Bellevue and Leicester Bellevue and Leicester did their own streaming anyway, so they could do that. But I think the BSN van breaking down on the way to the first meeting of the season pretty much sums up where Speedway is at the moment.
I've got another feature we need to do as well, Confession Corner, because I've actually got one which has absolutely disgusted me. Jimmy Jababa said it's the first time watching this season. How dare
Well,
he?
that's
just not. It's not.
Had 4 shows. This is the 4th show. Isn't it?
Oh,
something
God.
of that ilk.
You're forgiven. We forgive him, yeah?
Well, Jimmy Jababa, whatever, JJJ.
Yeah.
That's where we'll go with.
Would you?
Yeah. Well, we might have to send him a link and get him to join the show. That's what I'm thinking.
I think so.
So yeah, we're going to do that, but this is a 2-pronged thing, because obviously the thing we pride ourselves most on this show is that it's interactive.
Yep.
So we want your input. So if you are, we're going to go for Sheffield next week. That's the team we're going to look at. If you go to visit Sheffield, or you're a Sheffield fan, give us your idea of what the match day experience is. Now, Matt's going to read a whole list of things and stuff that you can look at as an idea.
Well, what has triggered this is Sheffield obviously have done a lot of interacting with supporters over the winter to see how they can improve their match day experience. But I think starting off, number one really would be the Riders' Parade. Now, really for me, a parade should set the tone of the meeting. Is it a spectacle, or is it just something that they just do and it's a bit of a formality? Do people prefer the open top truck lap or a more modern pyrotechnic heavy introduction on the home straight, which I think is what Sheffield were looking at doing? Mm-hmm. How does the announcer engage with the supporters? Does he actually build up the hype, or is he just reading names off a piece of paper? Bellevue have done well with that, I think, jumping ahead a little bit, but do other teams need to catch up? So that's one. You've also got the soundtrack. So walk-on tunes. I mean, darts and boxing, they have walk-on tunes for each of their competitors. Snooker does it as well, doesn't it? I don't really understand why snooker tries to build up the hype when once they start playing, you can't rustle the crisp package in the arena. So does your track have riders have a signature tune? If a rider wins,
or something different.
If a rider wins a race, is their song immediately played? And I think the biggest one for us, really, and we've talked about this before, dead air.
Yeah.
Is there dead air between heats? Is the music playing, keeping up the energy, or is it just something that's just a little bit generic?
How does the presenter cope with that? those in between times as well.
Okay, so there's crowd participation. That's another one. I mean, do tracks do things like T-shirt cannons, kid-friendly races during the intervals?
No, we're not in Poland. Come on.
Half-time interviews in the pits. Some clubs do that. Some others don't. Does the layout of the stadium and the sound system encourage the crowd to get loud? Does it just feel like they're sitting in a quiet field? And the fourth one really is the big one, of course. That's the match night program. You know, the physical program has been a bit of a contentious topic in recent seasons, isn't it? Because a lot of people now, including myself, they don't actually buy a program; they have apps on their phones. So, do you feel that your club's program is just a glorified scorecard, or does it have exclusive interviews, high quality photographs? Do you miss having the physical souvenir feel? Because a lot of people still collect programs, don't they? And it's a habit that they're in, and it's something that they want to keep going. Or would you just prefer a sleek, interactive app that updates live heat results, which I believe Leicester are looking at now? I think they're developing their own.
Okay, that's good.
Club app.
We've been talking about that for years on this show.
Yeah. So there's plenty really to get your teeth into on this one. But I think riders have to play a part as well. I mean, we've mentioned it before, one of my biggest frustrations, a rider wins a race and then they almost rip the foot right off the fence trying to get back to the pits. You know, it doesn't take long to just go around and noise the crowd, just even if it's just a wave or something, or a fist bump or anything like that. It's difficult to know, because a lot of riders are at a club for 1 year and then they go somewhere else, aren't they? So it's difficult for riders that they can't get
that rapport going
with the crowd. I think that's the problem really that Birmingham had, wasn't it, in fairness?
Yeah, it felt like we had a bunch of mercenaries year after year after year.
Yeah. Do you feel like your announcers know the sport? Do that, or does it feel like sometimes there's a little bit of technical knowledge and they just resort to just shouting? Should clubs prioritise that? Should they have a superfan who explains things properly, or just a professional hype man?
So there's lots and lots and lots of things that you guys can report on.
I'll be interested to see what Northampton do, obviously, because they've obviously got to build a completely new thing from scratch, haven't they? So, but I like the ideas of using the lighting of the stadium, because it's a lot of these things I don't think would be stuff that would be very, very costly, would they? So.
No. Just try and be different, guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us know what your match day experience is. And I've said Sheffield next week. I'm hoping they've got a match. We should check that.
They have got a match, I believe. Yeah,
okay,
so.
that would be. Yeah. Okay, so and we will check out the online experience as well. Now we may have somebody coming on. Ben, if you want to come on, we would love to talk to you about Ipswich and what's going on there. Both last year and this year. So I think we've sent a link off to you.
I'll put a link on online,
just,
so if anyone wants to click it,
just click on it and come and join us. That would be fantastic. In the meantime, let's go through some of the messages. Let's catch up a few. Phil Taylor says, would like to wish Toby Thompson a speedy recovery after a nasty crash at Poole on Friday. Absolutely.
And I think this is what sort of, wish you all the well. I think this is what sort of twigged the stuff with the insurance, because of Ben Barker's comments on
I saw that. Yeah,
Facebook. So, which I mean, the obviously the statement has been released by the BSBL hasn't. I don't think it's really clarified it, to be honest. Well, it's just made people even more confused.
It's the SCB. That's
SCB. Sorry, not the BSBL.
That's done it, which muddies the waters even further, really. So yeah, I mean, any riders out there have got any opinions on this that they are allowed to give, we would certainly love to hear that. Fred Graham says, seems to have some big crashes in the first few weeks of the season. Tobias Thompson, Adam Ellis, Leon Madsen, to name a few. Hopefully things will settle down in the next few weeks. I think that happens quite a lot at the beginning of seasons, doesn't it? I think it seems to, as people get into it, I don't know.
Yeah, that's right.
So many a year I remember us being here saying, there's been a lot of crashes at the beginning of this season. I think it's sort of, but it's never nice. Jeff Daniels, Tom Brennan was slightly disappointed at number one guesting for Kurtz. 3 points are less at Leicester, that's against Leicester, was probably the reason why we didn't win there. Also, our 3 points at Leicester. I don't think he's ever ridden Leicester very well in my.
I don't think it's his type of track,
memory.
is it?
No.
So, but then again, if he wants to be a top rider, he's going to have to develop that, isn't he? So,
Absolutely. Elliot Hunter. Hi, Elliot. How are you doing? Hi, all. Went to both Leicester meetings yesterday. Busy day. 2 good meetings to be watched. Both teams performed differently at their home tracks, and Bewley was sensational to watch.
yeah.
Going to be interesting, isn't it, to see if that form is transmitted into the GPs.
Absolutely, yeah. Third last season, of course. He'll be hoping for better this year. He'll have been certainly inspired by his Bellevue teammates who had an unbelievable debut campaign in the series. Was it winning 5 Grand Prix in a row and still not winning the World Championship? It's amazing.
So Jimmy Jabba.
Dabba dabba.
Okay, that's difficult to say after a couple of orange squashes. It would be my pleasure to be on the show one week as a Witches fan. Another confession, I'm Ben Creswell in the Prediction League.
Is he any good?
So, is he any good?
He hasn't got a point yet. He's only done 1 week so far, I think. So.
Yes, he's not as good as me, that is.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got that to look forward
Ben,
to.
I believe we've sent you a link.
It's on the chat.
It's on the chat there. So if you just want to click on that, mate.
You may have to copy and paste it into your browser, but I think it should be clickable.
Okay.
I'll see from here.
We might try it in a minute. But also, I think pretty much anybody, if you want to come on,
Yeah.
just click on that, and we'd love to have you on. Pete Clark, parades were done like a route march in years gone by. Hi, Pete, how you doing down at Buxton, by the way? Done like a route march in years gone by when everyone had done national service and knew how to march. Giving away your age there, Pete. These days, the riders just amble about looking bored. I think that's true. They do.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
To be honest, I've been at meetings where the riders are sort of talking to you, and they're just the hands up like that, as if I've just got to put my hand up just to pretend I'm waving and pretend I'm interested.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them are in the zone, but again, it doesn't cost anything to just acknowledge, because at the end of the day, it's these people on the terraces that are helping to pay your wages.
Couple of things about that, really. Is that the way they do it in Poland? Or do the riders look interested in Poland? Now I know that there's a bigger crowd for them to react to, and that always helps. But I think they'd show much more interest.
I get the impression when I've not watched a lot of meetings in the Polish League, but I do get the impression that meetings over there, they're more like an event than they are in this country.
So how much is that of that is down to the riders, and how much of that is down to, I don't know, the team manager or whoever who organises that and says, right, and tells them, right, this is what you've got to do? Because I've never seen that. I've never seen that instruction being given.
I'd say a combination of both. I think a lot of the parades that I've seen, it just feels like they're copy and paste jobs from 20, 30 years ago. I mean, yeah, I'm all for tradition, but you can have tradition, but you can also have stagnation.
I think that's,
dare
I say it, Speedway in a nutshell.
Yeah. The best really examples I can use are Birmingham Wolves, because obviously they were, up until recently, of course, they're the 2 tracks that I was most frequently at. I thought the Birmingham parade was pretty good, to be fair. I think it was better than the Wolves one. I just felt the Wolves one. I mean, the interaction with the crowd from Porky at Wolves was great. Yeah. But I just felt the parade, it just felt like it was a bit rushed. Number 1, number 2, number 3, gentlemen, start your engines. Yeah. It's almost like just get it out the way and just get on with it, because the fans want to see the meeting. But you've got to appeal to other people as well. And as I said, I think a good parade sets the tone for the meeting. If it's something that's exciting and gets your attention, where if it's something where you just standing around with your arms folded, waiting for it to, waiting for something to happen, it's not a great thing, I don't think.
I mean, I've long been of the opinion that, talking about interactivity, that if you've got an app, as a rider's been introduced, that picture comes on with a bit of a biography about it. that's much more interesting again, because we're at the age of the iPad now. And
Kids love gadgets, don't they?
Yeah.
You know, and
So, Dave Twine lets us know that the program was in the Speedway Star last week. I know Jibber Jabber, sorry Ben, has said that he enjoys filling in the programs, but again,
I haven't seen it. Which program won from last season? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Oh, it was useful, isn't it?
Well, I haven't been able to get hold of the Speedway Star. It's getting more and more difficult to get hold of it in Birmingham
No
for some
research
reason.
whatsoever for this show.
Birmingham's program was pretty good, I think. It's one aspect where I think Birmingham were always very strong. So
Dave, would you like to let us know who won that thing? That would be great. Somebody's telling about the riders just amble about looking bored, but I can't see who that was. Okay, it was P. Clark. We've already written. We don't want to give him any more publicity. Oxford versus Plymouth tomorrow has just been called off. And Fred Graham says, at Glasgow, we are encouraged to bring new fans to enjoy the Theatre of Speed at Ashfield. The Theatre of Speed.
yeah,
That's
it's a catchy name, isn't it?
it's,
You know.
it's stuff.
Speed.
At Ashfield, we're also encouraged as regular fans to help any newbies understand our complicated sport. Now, I remember when we did that at
great
Birmingham.
idea.
I'm going back to the days of. He used to be in charge of Peterborough and then came to us, and I can't remember his name there.
Mick Bratley.
Nick Bratley. He started a whole thing where they were bringing new people in via one route or another, and they had fans that were there to sort of help them. So volunteer fans that would come and say, right, yeah, we'll show you how to do it and show you the ropes, and this is that and this is this. And for a while it seemed to be working, and then of course we all know what happened with that regime, and whoops.
Yep.
So Ben says he looks a mess at the moment. Now, has he seen us?
Obviously
Oh no,
not.
has you seen you, Bear? You could see these Bear.
I mean, come on. Okay,
Scares
that's
me.
no problem. We would love to have you on anytime, or anybody else. The truth of the matter is, we want to try our new gadgets out. That's the truth of everything. Dave Albrighton, Porky Jones was a good announcer down at Monmouth. Got crowd going, and Mr. Wolf.
Mr. Wolf was brilliant.
Now I know
Mr. Wolf
that-
was brilliant.
I know of-
Spike, he was a great character. Perfect for that role.
I know of somebody that would disagree with that.
Yes, I know. I think we mean the same person. So
He was a little bit Marmite, I think.
I got the impression really at Birmingham last year. I don't think his heart was really in it, to be honest. He had to work. He had to work a lot harder at Birmingham because the layout of the stadium is a lot different to what it was at Monmouth. It was easy at Monmouth to interact with the crowd because obviously you could see them at Birmingham. They're obviously on the level.
But also, what was to interact against? Oh, we lost again.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost again. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's
And Porky,
difficult.
the one thing I will say about Porky, he was very good at having banter with the away fans. You know, if Somerset came, people were like, "Oh, have you left the tractor out? Have you left the tractor in the car park? Is that your tractor?" And you bumped into. But he would always make a point at the end of the meeting of getting everyone to give the away fans a round of applause.
I actually don't see them being anything wrong with a little bit of
Banter.
banter and a little bit of roughage.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
I don't think that, you know, I think and the Speedway used to be good at that and isn't so much.
Yeah. This just seems to have gone down towards a
Yeah.
woke it thing now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We don't want to upset anybody, so
That's the trouble.
yeah.
Kings Lynn Knights had a song for each rider when they won a race, and we used to do that at Birmingham quite a lot.
Bulls did it as well. Yeah.
I don't think they made enough of it, to be honest. I've never had the chance at Birmingham in the last
Well,
three seasons.
Birmingham used to play Chelsea Dagger when a 5-1, didn't I?
Yeah.
I must have heard it about 3 times in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So it's
But possibly that's got old in itself, Chelsea Dagger.
yeah, a little bit. You maybe. Yeah.
It's getting on a bit, isn't it?
That's funny.
Darren Reynolds says, I would love to see an app that would allow the crowd the ability to vote for worst performance of the evening, leading to a pie in the face Tiswa style. I'm not sure that that's a great idea, particularly if it's your own rider, because yeah, you want a big G in them up and say, no, it's just you'll be okay next week. You know, do you want to do that? However,
Fun.
that sort of interactivity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it always the sponsors that get to choose the rider of the night? What about a supporters rider of the night? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Something like that. Getting people involved. I don't think anybody would have voted at Birmingham for any ride last year.
Maybe away riders. So
Maybe. Well, but there again, best away rider of the night.
yeah,
Why not?
it's a way of interacting, isn't it?
Most entertaining rider of the night. It could be whatever you want it to be. It could be different each week. It could.
Doesn't cost anything to do it either, does it?
Not really.
I just think, Phil, with a lot of these clubs, a lot of it is just laziness. Oh, this is the way we've always done it. We'll just carry on doing it this way. But as I said, there's tradition and there's stagnation, and Speedway for me veers in towards stagnation far too much now, and has done it for a long time.
Absolutely.
Even if you got a right, I mean, the one thing I think Speedway does miss is the pantomime villain. Certainly, I think the Grand Prix misses it now that Nicky Pedersen's.
Do you know, I was thinking about that the other day.
Yeah. I know he never used to do laps of honour because he always knew what was coming if he did a lap of honour, especially at an away track. But there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with just, a bit of pantomime booing and
it puts bums on seats.
Yeah.
It's like that old adage of you know what I'm going to...
Yeah, well, every time I went to Cardiff when Nicky was in the Grand Prix, it wasn't any coincidence that every time he was at the tapes, most people had their phones out, they were filming it because they knew there was a chance that he would do something daft and you would get some sort of ruckus afterwards.
But what was it? There was a promoter that said to two riders were fighting in the pits, don't fight here, take it outside where the crowd can see you. Yeah. but it's... So Ben said he's going to come on next week after the first fixture, more to talk about. Okay, well, I mean, always good to have any of you guys on. That's what we're all about, really. It's not, we don't know nothing. We get all of our opinions from you guys 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Northampton announcement today, advertising for staff, pit marshal, start marshal, clerk of the course, etc. These jobs are pivotal to run a meeting, something you just don't turn up and do.
Only got a couple of weeks though to get all these people in. So
yeah, I mean, you say you don't just turn up and do, but that's exactly what I did at Birmingham in 2007.
Yeah,
as sort of on a whim, I think, do you know what? I'm going to go and try and become a track marshal.
Yeah, for 20 years they couldn't get rid of him.
Get rid of him. My training for that basically involved Graham Drury saying, "Don't go on the track. Don't put your red flag out unless the red lights come on."
Yeah.
That was it. That was the instructions I was given.
You weren't very good at that.
No.
I had the experience of standing where you stood for one of the practice nights. And I remember coming away from that thinking, how the hell does he stand here every week? Yeah. It was freezing. Freezing cold.
Because it was free.
Well, there is that. Okay. So we've got the results. Hi, Lawrence. Nice. Good to see Buxton starting off well with their first meeting. I know they lost the thing, but you know what I mean. Lawrence Rogers, Edinburgh won overall. Brummies won cover of the year, and the Bulls won the National League one. There you go. So that's
good stuff.
Yeah, I've always felt that the Brummies cover for the last 3-4 years really has been a good.
Birmingham's was very good. It was Bellevue's is always good as well. I think a lot of programs that I've looked at in recent, as I say, I don't regularly buy programs as much in the last 10 years, but the ones that I've looked at, a lot of them just seem to be full of adverts. I mean, that's fine for getting income into the club, but you don't want to be just reading a program just full of adverts every week. You want something substantial in there. So
I've always felt that with the programs, they've missed a trick because, I mean, people don't buy them anymore. But if you're an away supporter, some people collect these things, but there's never anything or hardly anything in there for the away teams. In most tracks, there's nothing in there for the away teams.
There's maybe a page, isn't there? So
it's introducing that team. Well, you know your own team, don't you? You don't need that introduction. But perhaps an article by the opposing team manager or something like, just something to attract them to buy the program. But anyway. Jeff Daniels, concerning news about Oxford last week with the dogs not being streamed anymore. That was a big chunk of rent for the stadium. Can Speedway survive there being the only sport there?
Well, I think they have put a statement. They put a statement out immediately saying that certainly at the moment they're able to carry on.
Okay.
I believe there's still some negotiations going on with Oxford Stadium about replacing the company that are doing the streaming to try and keep the dogs going. But that is obviously a massive concern. It would be considering all the effort that was put into
BSN,
considering all the effort they got into getting the stadium back. It would be a real shame if after a couple of years it sort of went back again to being derelict and disused, and we lost Oxford, and we can't really afford to lose too many more clubs, unfortunately, at the moment.
It's the same old problem, isn't it, of we don't own our own stadiums.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the tracks now that are around pretty much now own the stadium, or they are the only sport there, I think.
Especially, of course, if we
says
get
it
to
all,
the
doesn't it?
situation where England bans ground racing as well as they've done in Scotland and Wales.
Yeah, that's another one. We don't know how that's going to affect things either. How's the voting coming on?
I should get it up straight
Yeah.
away.
For those of you joining late, you can vote on, do you think Speedway will become one league within 5 years? And so far, you can probably see it better than I can, Chris. So do you want to read where we are?
I will get the percentages up in a second. There we go.
Because bigger than less than isn't really great.
Still can't see the percentages, but yeah.
Okay, I can't see anything, so you're doing better than me.
Okay. I shall work
there you go.
I shall work on that, actually.
About 60-40 so far, I think.
Yeah,
I
it
would
looks
say.
like 60-40, doesn't it?
Yep.
Well, maths.
Yeah. Well, I look at graphs every day at work, so I'll sort of get to the.
Okay, it's your job from now on. Then you've just given yourself that job. So most people are saying yes, but it's not. It's not
Not massive.
overwhelmingly.
No. Did you? So. Yeah.
Pete Clark says Birmingham won something.
Sarcasm.
Yeah, shocker. So maybe we should come back now.
Just to do the programme.
Just to do the programme, yeah. Fred Graham, totally agree on the banter front. That's why the Scottish derbies are so looked forward to. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
What was the best matches for Wolverhampton?
Cradley matches.
Cradley matches, because you hated each other.
Hated losing to them, I know that.
Yeah.
That'd be weeks to recover from losing
Birmingham
to them, but-
used to have a variety of teams. We used to love playing against Wolves,
Yep.
because we very often beat them.
Yep.
We used to love playing against Cradley, because we very often lost to them.
Eastbourne is probably the big one, really.
Eastbourne,
really.
but that's
that
not a
was it.
local derby. But the banter between Eastbourne and Birmingham was, you wouldn't
Particularly in
believe.
the 70s. So
It was
Cradley and Birmingham Coventry as well.
Birmingham Coventry was
a big rivalry, as was Cradley Coventry as well.
massive.
Oxford, obviously we've seen Coventry stage a challenge meet to get Oxford last week. You know, that was a great rivalry at one time.
And the banter between the two,
Yeah.
the two sets of supporters,
Yeah.
was off the scale. Sometimes too far off the scale.
Maybe sometimes, yeah. So I've been at Dudleywood many times and seen that sort of a spill over into fights and things like that.
But my God, you enjoyed the damn thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, not when you're playing against Cradley, because we normally lost. But
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, do you want to?
I just want to see if this works now.
Okay, what are we
There we
doing?
go.
No, you're
wanted to
messing
see-
about. He's got a new
I wanted
toy.
to see if we could see the actual,
actual
percentages.
percentages.
There we go. You're
Oh.
right. You're spot on.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Yeah,
where?
spot on.
60-40.
There we go.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Excellent.
Okay, fantastic. Now, can you stop playing with your
Oh,
toy
sorry.
and put the shout box
I like-
back up, please?
You know me. I like playing with me knobs.
Goodness me.
So Jimmy Jibber Jabber is saying something that I can't see. Yeah, still can't see because he went the wrong way. Looked in the Speedway, started with the programmes. Edinburgh came first, Bellevue second, Oxford third, and Birmingham fourth, and which is 11th. Okay, so we got the cover.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And Jeff Daniels is saying something.
He said something.
Porky was great when the Aces were there, banter to and fro, but always said at the end of meeting, thanks to Aces fan who travelled, and a well done
Exactly.
if Aces won. Great character. It's exactly what you were saying
Yeah.
earlier.
Can I just say, you know what I've got? I've got this. Just to let you know that.
Thank you. I don't know how I would
Couldn't
have
play the
survived.
Perry Bar, could you? Because you'd have been thrown out.
32 page one at Buxton. We sold loads. says Lawrence Rogers. A cold day at Buxton, no surprise there, with a good-sized crowd and an entertaining meeting next one Sunday the 19th. And you will be playing against who, Lawrence? That would be nice to know. Phil Taylor, you're going to look it up, aren't you? Oh, you're not going to look it up?
No.
Lazy. Phil Tyler, that's probably why tomorrow is off, as forecast is good. Just means now I'll have to go to work instead of travelling up. Oh, dear. Daniel Hughes, back in the 2000 Sheffield race card was just a pull-out A3 card type. It was £3.50 at Bellevue, but was full of rider profile.
Yeah, I think Bellevue do a good programme. Bellevue have always done a decent effort with programmes anyway, so... Oh dear, what am I going to be told to laugh at this time? So.
Pete Clark said there was always a fight at the Dudley Wolves trophy matches, and that was just the women.
Yeah, I know that's...
Big crowd at Plymouth Saturday, certainly the biggest I've seen in years. A club going in the right direction, especially their social media output they've been doing. We will have to have a look at that in a couple of weeks, no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, it's took us 36 minutes, but we've caught up.
Yeah.
Well, and this is why we love doing this program. It's the interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talking of interaction, shall we start off on our prediction league?
Oh, do we have to?
Why not? This is the our weekly. Let's have a little bit of a laugh at Webby's expense, isn't it?
Yes, that's the one.
So
Normally it's a laugh at my expense, but
Well, you've done all right the last
Doing
few.
all right so far.
Joint top at the moment, so it is early days
Yeah,
a bit. So
my
just,
life.
just to burst your bubble a little bit. So
is this the table?
that's the table as it stands at the moment. Yes.
okay.
If Gordon Gambrell's top of it, then yes, that is the current table.
Yeah, okay. Good stuff.
So at number one is Gordon Gambrell, Chris Thorogood, Matt Buck, Simon Corbett, Andrew Garner, me, Elliot Hunt, David Twine, and Andrew Green.
Yes.
Where have you coming at the moment?
I'm 17th. That's all we need to know.
17th, TMA.
And this one is, so is this what?
And the other one is the results from last week. So
Okay, let me get that one up.
Since this is your baby, I'll let you, if we can never get it up.
yeah. Oh, I can't read it from there, unfortunately. So I can get it on there.
Let me get this one off first.
Oh dear, this makes such good radio.
Sorry.
There we go.
Wow.
It's a
Crikey.
bit colourful.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on there.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a few meetings, obviously.
I can't read any of it.
Yeah, there's a few meetings, obviously, about postponed last week, but I think that's a bit of a sign of the times, isn't it? You have 8 fixtures for a bank holiday weekend. You know, a few years ago, you'd have had about 20 at least,
20,
wouldn't you?
yeah.
So, but Dave Twine, Andrew Green, Simon Gordon, and Chris all scoring 5 points. They all got one exact score right. 3 of them getting correctly predicted Leicester to beat Bellevue by 10, and Dave correctly predicted Poole to beat Plymouth by 4. So pretty even scoring on the second on the third week of this of the competition. So
Right, so before we go through the predictions for the next lot of matches, let's take a quick look. I bet nobody's got this ready. I'm saying this, and nobody's got it ready. The tables.
Yeah.
See how we think each club's doing. What's. I mean, have a look at the Premier League, and I think we can say that Bellevue's really the one that's flexed their muscles the most.
well, at the moment, there's nobody got any points because the Premiership hasn't started yet, has it? So
But as far as the matches that they've completed,
But, at the moment, certainly the Bellevue, of course, obviously they've got four matches. Obviously, they've ridden in the cup, 5 points from there. Sheffield with 3, Leicester with 2. There's nothing been taking place in the southern section yet. So all the matches so far in the top league have all been in the northern section of the Premiership. So.
And in the Championship, you've got to say that Plymouth are surprising people a little bit. I know
They'll be disappointed that they didn't get the victory on or get something on Saturday at home, having done so well to get to within 4 points of Poole. But Redcar, obviously, it's obviously the BSN Northern, the BSN series, obviously, is what's taking precedence over at the moment in the championship. So in the Northern section, you've got Redcar. They've had 2 matches with 3 points. Scunthorpe 2 from 2. Southern section, Poole have got 5 from their 2 matches. Oxford, of course, haven't ridden the meeting yet. They've had won the meeting. That was the challenger match against Coventry. Plymouth 2 matches and failed to score a point in either of those 2 matches, unfortunately for them. So,
okay, and I think we can't really do an awful lot about the National League.
again, it's not really been enough. There's
moment.
it's been. I think this is one of the problems, isn't it? It's just been such a stop-start period of the season, isn't it? So you're usually getting well into the fixtures now, aren't you? So.
I've got a few more on the shout box to catch up with, and then we'll start going through our predictions for next week. We've read filter. So Lawrence Rogers is letting us know it's a challenge match against an NDL Nomad side of riders currently without a team place, putting themselves in the shop window. I like that.
Okay.
Fred Graham says, Di Twine says best crowd since 2016. I presume that's the was that Plymouth we was talking about? I can't remember now. He'll tell us. Weather permitting, first Scottish Derby meeting this Friday at Armour Dump, and there will be a big travelling Tigers support on the third bend. I like this Armour Dump. This is more of the.
By the way,
banter
just
we were
a
talking about.
disclaimer, that is Fred's comment, not yours.
Yes, absolutely. I did say Fred Graham says.
We don't want all the Edinburgh fans coming marching
no,
down here
no,
looking
no,
for
no,
you,
no.
so.
I should correct you on something that you said earlier, which was that you get at least 20 matches on bank holiday. I think you're more likely to get 20 rain-offs. But
Yes, it depends on which bank holiday it was,
Yeah.
didn't it? So
but hey-ho. Right then, shall we? I believe it's me to start this week.
It is indeed, yeah.
So what have we got?
the first one obviously was Oxford against Plymouth, but as people know, that is now off. So the first one on the list is Poole against Scunthorpe in the KO Cup, first round, first leg.
Okay, well, I will go with Poole by 12 points.
Okay, I've gone for Poole by 18 on that one.
Okay.
Have I done mine?
You haven't done yours yet.
Haven't I?
Nope.
Oh, crikey. Okay. So who are the teams again?
Poole against
Poole
Scunthorpe.
against Scunthorpe. Do you want me to make a
I'll
note
go,
of this?
No, hang on. I'll go, yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, because Matt's got to put it up. I'll go Poole by 10.
Okay.
Okay. Right, next one. Ipswich make their start to the 2026 season after all the shenanigans at Foxhall, and they will be taking on the Kings Lynn Stars in the southern section of the Premiership KO Cup.
Interesting. What do you reckon, Matt?
I've gone Ipswich by 12.
4.
That wouldn't surprise me, actually.
No, I
That's why I said it.
was looking the sort of 4 or 6 marks. I'm going to say 6.
Okay. Next one is the BSN Series Northern Section Redcar against Workington.
I'll go. It's me, isn't it?
Yep.
Workington by 10.
Big call, that one.
I'm very surprised. I'll say Redcar by 10.
Okay. I've gone Redcar by 8.
So Chris is probably going to get the only one that's going to get that one.
Of course,
right
yeah.
there.
Okay. Next one, as Fred has said, it is the first Scottish derby of the season, and it is at Armadale, I will say. Edinburgh against Glasgow.
Chicken. Edinburgh versus Glasgow. It's up to me. Oh,
You get this one.
Edinburgh by 4.
I've gone Glasgow by 8.
Interesting.
Glasgow by 4.
Don't look as strong this season, Edinburgh, but they do always raise the game when they're up against their neighbours, don't they? So,
Absolutely.
not saying that Glasgow don't, by the way. Okay, the next one is the
Is
second
it uncomfortable sitting on that fence?
second leg of the Knockout Cup, and that is Scunthorpe against Poole. Poole by 2.
Your go, yes.
Okay, what was the teams again? I'm trying to multitask.
Scunthorpe against Poole in the Knockout
Right
Cup.
then, okay. Scunthorpe by 6.
Okay. You said Paul. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm tempted.
What by the usual?
Yeah, but I'm not going to. I'm going to
Go on.
say Scunthorpe by 2.
Okay. The BSN series next on Saturday, that is Plymouth against Oxford.
Okie dokie, that's up to you, Matt.
Plymouth by 10.
Sorry, I meant Chris.
You said
But-
Matt.
Yeah, I know I did.
Yeah, so
Plymouth by
you said
10.
my name, so I responded.
Plymouth by 10.
Okay. You know what? I wanted to say Plymouth by 10, but I'm going to go.
You'll be kicking yourself when it is Plymouth by 10,
Yeah.
won't you? So. And last but by no means least, in the southern section of the Premiership, Kings Lynn against Ipswich. That's
The league champions. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah. Ipswich by 12.
I'm sorry, who was it against?
Kings Lynn against Ipswich. It's a subtle bar, so
You said by 12, didn't you?
yep. We said 12.
I'm going to say I'm going to say Kings Lynn by 4.
I've gone Kings Lynn by 16.
Interesting. Well, you quite like the look of Kings Lynn this year, don't you?
Yeah,
It was
we've been
quite-
stung by Kings Lynn before because I've thought they've had good teams before and they've ended up not doing so well. So
Okay.
okay, that's it. So we've had 18 responses so far on this week's predictions. So yep, so going all right. So just having a look at some of these graphs that it gives up as well. So some good predictions there. Kings Lynn against Ipswich. There's vast majority of people going for a home win. I think the common score is 49-41 to Kings Lynn. That's 8 people have gone for that so far. So not really giving the Witches much of a chance in that one. So
Slight change in our poll. It's now 61% yes, 39%.
Okey-dokey.
Oh, probably end.
Okay.
just going back really on what we said about the riders needing to sort of interact with the crowd more as well. It feels in a lot of senses a rider win to hate, and then if they just peels off to the bits, it almost feels like they're just finishing the shift at the factory, doesn't it? You know, so it sort of kills the adrenaline. It's just a simple slow down lap with a wave to the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to like what they used to do at Peterborough when the riders used to go up to the fence and do high fives with the kids. Because if you're a kid and you've interacted with a rider at a meeting, you feel like you've been involved in it, haven't you? Just
They used to do that at Coventry
yeah,
as well,
that
didn't
means
they?
a lot, doesn't it? For a kid standing at the fence, fist bump, or even when a rider throws a pair of goggles or throws a tear off into the crowd. I mean, you used to do that, didn't you? You used to
collect them and
collect them
take
off and give
around.
them to the kids. It's like a souvenir from a meeting, isn't it? So I think the riders have to realise that.
My son's got
They
a bike, just from bits and pieces.
Yeah, they got it's building the next generation of supporters, isn't it? I mean, I think this is where I think I've got such a lot of respect for Emil Seifert because he came over here and he certainly wasn't a prima donna. He interacted well with supporters, home and away. I know when Ipswich came to Wolverhampton, there was a massive queue of people waiting to get his autograph and have photographs taken with him, and he gave time to every single one of them. So fair play to him for doing that. It wasn't just what he did on the track, it was what he did off the track. He was a real model professional as well.
It seems to be something that's lost from our sport, and it was one of the things that made it special.
Well, the key architects behind that really were the American riders, weren't they? Because they were great at doing things like that, weren't they? Particularly the Moran brothers. Admittedly, I think if the Morans were riding now, they'd probably be frowned on, wouldn't they? Because of some of their acts away from the track. So
Yeah, I mean, everybody says about what Nick Morris did, but
yeah,
we'll say no more on that.
I saw some great races between Sean Moran and Sam at Mamba. Many great races, but both of them would even the one that got lost in the battle, they'd both come round and acknowledge the crowd, and so you felt like then you'd interacted with them. And I think Speedway misses that. I think if a rider just wins a race and then they just tear off back to the pits,
They were always so happy.
yeah.
They were happy to talk to the crowd. They were happy in that to race. That there was no, I didn't get the setup right. I know I won by 6 lengths, but I didn't get the setup right. I wasn't fast enough. They went, that's great. That was awesome. That was, it was all fun.
Yeah.
And that draws people in. And there's not enough fun.
Key thing with the American riders then, though, is that they all got on, but when they were up against each other on the track, they desperately wanted to beat each other. It meant so much to them. You always felt that they were giving it an extra 10, 15%
Bragging rights.
when they were racing against each other. So
Absolutely. So, we miss a lot. I've said it before, but Paco Castaño does a little more than wave.
Paco is one of the flag bearers for that, isn't he? He's very
great.
good at
He knows. He understands it. He understands it's entertainment as well as a sport. I can't disagree with that. Do we have any more? Have we got any more comments on that?
We are there. Oh, hang on. Sorry, no, sorry, we go.
Was at school with Andrew Silver, and Len used to have the lucky 50p at Hackney and Rye House that was thrown to the kids. You can't do that now.
No.
Not even allowed to throw sweets.
Really?
Yep, HR.
Because you
Not
hit
allowed
somebody
to do
with.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
not allowed to do it.
That's why they stopped doing the riders hanging the hands over the
High
fence
fives.
because of health and safety, isn't it? So
Health and safety should stand for health and no fun. It's,
There we go.
what,
Caught up again.
what I feel on that one.
yeah. I mean, I remember somebody, might have been you actually telling me about when they went to Stoke the one night and it was seemed to be 10, 15 minutes of absolutely nothing happening at all. And if you go to a meeting where there's nothing going on between races, especially if you're a new fan, you just think, well, I've paid a lot of money to come here. What's going on? Nothing's happening.
What happened at Stoke at night, and I don't think I've experienced. Coventry used to be slow, by the way.
Coventry was slow,
awful.
yeah.
But Stoke, they had this thing where so the fence got broke. It happens, and you understand they've got to put it back together again, but they put it back together. And then nothing happened. There was no music, no announcement. Nothing happened. 10 minutes later, nothing had happened. There's nobody working on the fence. The fence looks fine.
Yeah.
Then they announced the riders. Then the riders came out, and then they sent the riders back because we've got to grade the track. If ever the Frysonian Speedway was born for anything, that was it. And yeah, that dead time that kills people, and it certainly killed youngsters. And by youngsters, I mean anybody under the age of 20. They've gone.
Yeah.
They're not interested anymore. They've gone.
There's got to be.
They're on the phones looking at TikTok or what. They've gone.
Yeah.
You've lost them. Daniel Hughes, riders did go to the barn after meeting to see the fans, but now they're off to the airport for the next meeting. This is so true.
The Morans used to go to the bar after the meeting, didn't they?
Before
Sometimes
the
before. So.
meeting, yeah. Dave Twine, somebody said, you're going to have to make that bigger, mate. That's stop it, making your own jokes there. Somebody said that the riders at Buxton had
their
and then
coats on during presentation.
Had their coats on during presentation. It is cold at Buxton. It's very, very cold. In Sweden, they go around with flags after the race. They used to do that at Birmingham if they won.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen very often. The cleanest flag in the whole of the league.
What's your red flag, by the way, that you had as a
I don't know.
It's in here.
Okay.
It's in here.
The red flag that I didn't.
I didn't get much for it, so I just kept it.
One of the last showmen in the UK was the late Danny Ayres. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ashfield loved his celebrations. All Tigers riders come round after winning a race, and even away riders do it at Ashfield due to the applause from the crowd.
Where are the showmen? Who are the showmen?
They've been told
Not to be showmen.
not to, essentially. But, I mean, Skornicki.
Yeah, Scorer was
doing
great.
his-
Scorer's doing his donuts. You know, that was the first. I remember the first time he did that. You know, nobody had ever seen anybody do that sort of thing before. And I think in the next race, Sam tried to do one and ended up on his backside. But again, it's interaction with the crowd, and it's being a showman. And we seem to have lost that a little bit, unfortunately, because the riders seem to almost be like robots in some ways, don't they? You can't do this, you can't do that.
So apparently Jeff Daniels reckons Chase the Ace throws sweets into the crowd still at the NSS. I think that's the luck of having your own stadium. I know at Birmingham we wanted to do stuff like that because it's not our stadium. They got on the grounds and got their own HR personnel. We was told in no uncertain terms we weren't allowed to do that.
Yep.
We was told in no uncertain terms we weren't allowed to do a lot of things. But yeah, maybe we should write a book about that one day, Pete. Maybe we should.
Okay, so I think this is probably the final look at our poll.
Okay.
And it's finished on 63% to 38% who said no.
Okay. What would you have voted if you had voted?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Well,
I'm inclined to think yes, but I just think the promoters seem to be trying to hold that off as long as they possibly can, but the less clubs they get, the more I think they're going to be forced to do it in the end. So,
okay, well, on that note, just a quick reminder, we're going to look at Sheffield over this week as far as their online presence, and we would love to have your race day reports either on the day, or if you want to, you can just shove them up on the shout box. Or even if you want to come on and we'll give you the link to do that, that would be.
Yeah, there's no meeting at Sheffield this week, by the way.
There isn't any.
There isn't a meeting at Sheffield this week, by the way.
So we can't do Sheffield then.
It's good that we've had that.
I did ask you at the beginning, was then you?
I thought they did.
Yeah,
so
okay. Well, has Plymouth got one?
Plymouth have got one. Yeah, they've got one on Saturday. They got Oxford.
Okay, well,
but obviously I'm going to Plymouth later in the season anyway. So, and I went last year as well. So,
are you saying you don't want to do Plymouth?
Oh no, I'll happily do Plymouth. Yeah. So,
oh god, this is much harder than I realised. So we're going to do Plymouth this week. So yeah, if you go down to Plymouth, give us your match.
But again,
day
any club, any
experience.
meetings that you go to, if you want to give us your feedback, please do. So,
absolutely, yeah. It's things that you've seen, good practice and bad practice.
yeah.
Can I do this to signal the end?
That usually means you've got 4 minutes, but okay.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and on that bombshell, we will wish you a good night and enjoy your Speedway this week.
Yep.
And
We'll be back next week, of course.
See you next week. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Tavern.